So, moving on from Stranger Things, we did have Comic-Con this past weekend, and a lot of stuff came out.
Tasty things.
Comic-Con has been kind of disappointing the last couple of years, but this one between Marvel and DC, which my answer as to who won might actually surprise you, but I loved what DC brought to the table.
Like the Wonder Woman little teaser that we got was just, I mean, it was
Ermagerd.
It was beautiful. I mean, you know, you see her in the new updated armor, like when
color.
the color, like you don't really see that much in DC anymore. But I'm glad that they brought that along. So many great things happened. I mean, I know we had
Justice League.
Justice League
Looked so good.
So here you talk to Fish. Bruce just wants to get his butt whooped. Like, first, do you bleed?
There's a meme I posted earlier today of Aquaman throwing Bruce Wayne onto the wall, and he's like, "We have to find Dory," and Aquaman says, "Why did you say that name?" Under it, Batman v Aquaman.
I saw another one. It was like, "What's your mother name?" And he was like, Aquamartha, and it was like, it had the Batman versus Aquaman, and I almost like peed my pants from laughing so hard at that.
Oh, that is so amazing. That is so good. Going back to the Wonder Woman trailer, it reminded me of Captain America a little bit because it's a period piece, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, some people online were actually saying, "Oh, this is just DC's answer to Captain America." I didn't think that.
I agree.
It looked different enough to where it didn't, like, I thought of Captain America, but I assume something's going on behind me. Oh, hey, guys. Well, it's live. It's live.
Hey.
It's live. So, but no, Wonder Woman looked really good, action-packed. I'm interested to see the World War I tie-in. Yeah. The fact that she was created by Zeus. And what's cool is she was actually telling that to, I think it's Steve Trevor, or Trevor something, who's Chris Pine's character, and he's like, "Oh, neat."
Like when he washes up on the shore, she's like, "You're a man?" It's like, "Are you telling me?" It looks fantastic. DC came out swinging at Comic-Con.
But I got to talk about Justice League.
Let's
because
talk about it.
The more I watch this trailer, the more I'm excited about it. And we were in the minority in liking Batman versus Superman, but this felt completely different. It felt kind of Marvel-like, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Bruce Wayne kind of reminded me of Tony Stark a little bit with trying to organize the Justice League and everything, but it looked different. There was actual color. Not everything's, like
dark and gloomy.
Drowned out saturation like in Batman versus Superman. But I loved the scene with Barry Allen. And we both watched The Flash, and we were disappointed when Grant Gustin wasn't cast. But I think Ezra Miller will be fine.
I do too. He looks really young. The Flash armored suit kind of has that Power Ranger feel to it. I've had a lot of people say that it looks like the red Power Ranger.
You want to know what it kind of reminded me of? His armor from Injustice.
Yeah.
The video game.
Yeah. That might have been where they kind of leaned from to get it. I mean, I think it looks really cool. I'm not sure he needs all that armor, but I still think it looks really cool. His acting that we just saw from that little piece was, on fleek.
I don't know if I like the lightning anytime that he runs fast or moves fast. I think that could get a little annoying.
Yeah.
But his face when he just moves over to the side and he sees the Batarang and he's like, "Oh boy."
I know who
and he's
that
like,
is.
"Can I keep this?"
Yeah. I think it's going to have just the right amount of humor in it. Because that was the biggest issue a lot of people had with Batman versus Superman was how dark and gloomy it felt. And with them adding, humor and more colors, it already feels like a whole different breed of a monster than what Batman and Superman was.
you can also tell they're really trying to make Aquaman cool, with showing him chugging the whiskey bottle, throwing it down, getting hit by water, and not moving an inch. But I think Jason Momoa is going to make this role something cool.
I don't know who that is. His name's Khal Drogo.
Same thing. or Arthur Curry. And of course the line at the end, "Oh, Arthur Curry, I hear you can talk to fish."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Bruce, you're getting to be an old man now.
Like I said,
Don't be picking a fight with the metahumans."
he just wants his butt whooped.
And the suit looks a little different too, the bat suit. It looks more just full black. And I did like his line when Cyborg's like, "I didn't think you were real," and he says, "I'm real when it's useful."
Exactly.
Because this Batman is being portrayed as someone who's really not in the limelight that often, because very few people have even seen him, even though he's been around for 20 years. And I just think it looks great.
I do too.
And, of course, without Superman, but we know he'll be back because he was in the official photo.
Sooner or later.
I want him to come back with the long hair and the black suit, like in the Superman Doomsday story.
That would be really cool.
But no, I'm really, really excited for Justice League. And even the CW shows. We won't spoil. I know it's going to be hard not to, but there will be some changes that will affect all the shows.
Well, it's not really a spoiler if it's already in the new teaser trailer, is it? Would you say it is?
Sure. Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. If you have not watched last season of The Flash, Zach, we'll just fast forward through this. So, Flashpoint happens. At the end of Season 2, Barry goes back, stops the Reverse Flash from killing his mom, thus causing Flashpoint.
Flashpoint paradox.
We see the trailer. His parents are alive and well. Wally West is the Flash.
That was what I was like, oh my God.
But what the crazy thing is, Grant Gustin did a panel and he said that this will affect all of the CW shows, which I was hoping would happen.
It would, because they've already showed that all the shows are connected, because you had Flash come on to Supergirl, you've had Flash and Arrow go back and forth, you've had Constantine come on Arrow. So if it didn't affect everything, I would have been kind of upset.
Random thing, Matt Ryan, who played Constantine, will be at Pensacon in February.
I saw that and I geeked.
I did too. He's now my number 2 interview prospect.
That's a good one to have.
Right behind the great Mick Foley. But no, I think it's good that it's affecting all of the shows because they're all connected.
Yeah. And
with it being something that big, it has to affect all of the other shows. And we've seen that Arrow is going to be a little more grounded in reality, which I think is the direction that show needs to go. I didn't really get that much of a vibe of anything from the Arrow trailer, but I think that's a good thing. I kind of want to go in not really knowing what's going on.
And see, that's the beauty of trailers back in the day. It told you what you needed to know, but it did not say, oh, here's Doomsday,
Yeah.
I want to feel like I have a slight idea of what's going on in the movie, but I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
Surprise me.
Exactly. Now, there's a rumor going around. I don't know if you know this.
I didn't do it.
Allegedly. So, the CW DC shows. There's a rumor going around that a few known characters will be used. One is Oracle, which is Barbara Gordon. The other is Batman. Now, I have an idea of how they can get away with this.
Shoot.
Since we're doing Flashpoint, it's not showing Bruce Wayne
It's showing
as Batman.
the
It's
dad.
showing Thomas Wayne.
Oh.
If Thomas Wayne showed up as Batman and Arrow, that, my friend,
With guns.
would be sick.
With guns blazing. Oh, my God.
Yes.
I'd be totes down
You don't
for that.
even have to mention Bruce Wayne by name.
No.
You can just say, my son was killed. You don't even have to really call him Batman.
how cool would it be to even see like not have it be like a big part, but like see a female Joker running around, as in Martha, which
Why did you say that name?
I would be. I'm perfectly fine with them doing that in Flashpoint. Like if they wouldn't have went the Flashpoint route, I would not have been, I guess, okay with it. But
well, they won't be able to use Bruce Wayne because
yeah.
I mean, between Warner Brothers and then Fox is using a young Bruce Wayne in Gotham, so there's a lot of legalities that are tied up to it. But I think they could get away with the Thomas Wayne incarnation. I mean, it would just be so cool to see that in live action. And I absolutely love it. I mean, I think you can use Oracle or Batgirl or Batwoman. It's rumored that Batwoman might be in Supergirl.
Okay.
Because now Supergirl is connected with all of these as well, with Supergirl moving to CW.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for bringing in these new characters if they are used right.
I'm excited to see Vixen, come in because she had the talisman that let her harness the spirit of whatever animal she wanted. Seeing characters like that, not that aren't the ones that aren't in the limelight all the time. Seeing them come and have their abilities portrayed and everything would be something that's really cool.
Absolutely. Kind of moving on to the Marvel side of things. SpiderMan footage came out. I don't know if you saw it. It leaked online. It didn't show that much, but it did reveal that the villain will be Mr. Adrian Toomes, a.k.a. the Vulture, and he will be played by Michael Keaton.
I'm really excited to see Keaton back, back on a superhero screen. I just wish that if they do the Vulture right, it's going to be really cool, but there's just so many Spider-Man villains. I'm wanting a Mysterio.
Michael Keaton would have been unbelievable as Mysterio.
I'm just ready for them to break down and be like, I know you guys, we've given you the Goblins, we've given you the Venoms. Here's Mysterio. Here's what you've been waiting for.
Yeah. Now, being the Spider-Man guru of the Nerd Cave, Vulture has never been a villain that I've particularly cared for. And knowing that he was more than likely going to be the villain in this, I was just kind of like, eh. But I think Michael Keaton, as good of an actor as he is, I think he can make this role his own.
Yeah.
And I think he can actually make the Vulture a cool character.
I think he can, too.
And I think with tying it into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because the suit that he has is built from the alien tech that was left behind from the first Avengers. So I think that's a cool way of tying it into the universe, and then also having Robert Downey Jr. make an appearance as Tony Stark. It's rumored that Scarlett Johansson is going to be making an appearance as Black Widow.
That would be cool.
And another cool thing about this is, for all you Harry Potter fans, the Spider-Man movies are going to follow a similar formula, meaning they're going to showcase Peter Parker growing up. So say he's a sophomore in high school in Homecoming. The next year he'll be a junior or a senior.
Yeah.
Then he can be a freshman in college.
Okay.
The movies will follow him actually growing up,
That's gonna be
which
really
I
cool.
think is something unique to Marvel because all the characters are already adults. Seeing something like this, I think, can be kind of cool and can really give it a different vibe.
I think it would be too. That's one of the aspects of Harry Potter that I liked, because you go back and you watch, the Goblet of Fire or the Sorcerer's Stone and all that stuff, and you just see it. You're like, wow, Daniel Radcliffe is so young here, and you go and watch, the Deathly Hallows, and he's older. Following the age progression of everything will be really cool. I just hope they don't. I'm sure they won't, but have any like time mix up where. As he's getting older, so is, Robert Downey Jr., Bruce Banner, and all the,
Yeah.
I said Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark.
Tony Stark. Anything else you'd like to cover from Comic-Con?
Since, Thor is a pretty cool character, I guess. There was some pretty big news about the movie that he's going to be in. The Hulk armor, the Gladiator armor for Planet Hulk.
It's going to be like the Marvel buddy team up, and I can't wait. Have you seen the Planet Hulk movie?
Yes.
It's one of the best Marvel stories I've ever seen.
I agree. Marvel doesn't do animated well, but
Planet Hulk and Doctor Strange are the exceptions.
Exactly. It was a home run, touchdown, hole in one, whatever you want to call it. It was beautiful. I mean, the way that they, introduced, like, they were having to get rid of Hulk because of how bad his situation on Earth had become, and he goes to this planet and he becomes their savior.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's going to be good, and with it being, Thor and Hulk teaming up, they weren't in Civil War, so seeing their separate story, I think will be really cool. And that Planet Hulk aspect, like when I saw the arm piece, I'm just like, oh my god.
Like, as everybody knows, I'm already a Thor fan, but seeing this just takes my excitement for Ragnarok to a whole another level.
And your boy Jeff Goldblum will be in it as well.
It's like Christmas.
Or
my birthday.
It is, as we're recording this, it's the day before your birthday, so happy early birthday, my friend.
Thank you.
Or if you're watching this on YouTube or listening to it on iTunes, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
How old are you now, Robbie?
I am 27 years old.
Man, I remember when I was 27.
Pepperidge Farms remembers.
I was hoping you would do. I was hoping you would do that.
We've had a lot of good times together, from high school band, plenty of band trips to JUMC fun times.
River House excursions.
Those River House days.
We'll have to save that for an After Dark special. So is there anything else you'd like to get into before we wrap this up? Because I have one more thing.
Just want to say Killing Joke was fantastic. I got to watch it.
Oh, good.
I hate I wasn't able to go with you guys and help with the Reacts video, but
which you can check out on YouTube.
Yeah. I thought it was amazing hearing those two iconic voices come back. Mark Hamill will forever be the Joker.
He's the best Joker of all time.
Anytime I read a comic that has the Joker in it, there's only one voice that I use, and it's Mark Hamill's.
Yeah, absolutely. That whole... What did you think of the prologue with Batgirl? Because people are very divided on that.
Now, I really enjoyed almost everything about Batgirl. I did hate the part where, the rooftop scene, don't want to spoil it. I felt like that could have been left out, but I know why they did it. They did it to kind of help you connect more with Batgirl. But
yeah. It was more to establish that personal connection, and then whenever she gets shot, you're supposed to feel worse for her.
Yeah.